Alright, hey guys. I just feel like I haven't been making much videos recently. like, I did a stream last week on Abyss, and I was just like, wow, this week has gone by quick. Holy moly. I was gonna say something else there, but like family friendly and that. So obviously that's not gonna happen. But yeah, man, this week's gone by quick, and I'm just like, okay, I need to make a video, and then I couldn't think of one. But except for this one actually, which was a request by one person. Can't remember the name. Sorry about that. But they just asked to like do some guides, and considering I've done Act 6, it's been done for a while now. I think I should do a little guide on it. I want to do it like individually because if we did it on every single path, every single fight, we'd be here for about a few hours if I did the entire thing. So what I figured is we're gonna start on 6.1, and if anyone is more interested in these kind of videos, just type in chat whether you liked it or not, and if you'd like to see more. But right now I'm just going to do it on 6.1 specifically, then if you guys like it, I'll start to 6.2, 6.3, and 6.4, and little guides on them, so just tell me if it's useful. If it's not, it's fine. Like, I'll just accept it, because obviously I'm new to this whole YouTube thing. Alright, 6.1. What you gotta pay attention to is the global node. For 6.1, these nodes don't matter. Like, they're different for every single thing, but you're gonna have to watch out because, for example, well, there's not. This is the first quest. They're not gonna put something crazy, but like, sometimes you gotta watch out. For example, stun immunity. I mean, that's not much, but yeah, I remember coming across this one guy. He had like incinerate on him, and I had no idea how to counter him. So what you gotta do is just before you go in the quest, just quickly scout out the path real quick. You gotta obviously know what the global node is, which here it's no retreat. So you just gotta know what the global node is, and then you gotta scout out the path. For example, when I was 100%ing this, I never used to just go in blind. I was used to just look at the thing. For example, regen, stun immunity. What I used to go for? I mean, at this point, I literally know one but Blade and Hyperion. But, I mean, it's been a while since this thing's come out now. So, some people might have Ghost. Ghost would be perfect. Yeah, but I don't see a problem with any of this. For example, if you want to go over here, there's another stun mean. There's a lot of stun means in this first quest, so Ghost would work like a charm. I'm not going to go here, and I'm not going to talk about these fight specifically, because we literally be here all day if I described every single little fight. But just a quick disclaimer: global node, no retreat. When the attacker dashes back, they gain degen timer for 1.2 seconds. Dashing back again while the degen timer is active causes a passive degen, dealing 200% of the defender's attack as direct damage over 5 seconds. This is not a nice degen. It's not exactly gonna kill you straight away, but it's definitely not nice, man. It's not too friendly. So, what I would do is you would want to bring, if you know how to play her, Quake. If you're trying to 100% this is a straight... Wait. I just... Okay, forget that. See, normally at this rate, I'll just restart the video because I just completely messed up live on camera. I literally just... Okay. Forget I said Quake. Ghost works. Hyperion works. But most importantly, you want someone like Magic, for example. Someone that... Because, for example, let's say Electra, right? You'd want to dash back, and then, you know how she has a little shings, her little ninja stars? You want to dash back on them too, but at that point, you'll get a degen. So, it's either that or you take the block damage. If you're stuck in that scenario, it's not a good scenario to be in. So what I would say is taking a power control, someone like Doctor Doom, someone like Magic. If you don't have any of those, I would just say maybe someone like Ghost who can phase the special attacks, because you'll take block damage, a lot of block damage. So yeah, I suggest you do that, because with some of these people, it's either block damage or degen. So you want to bring in a power control. And many people don't think of a power control in this scenario because it doesn't exactly say power gain in any of this. But if you think about it, power control is going to help you. And yeah, that's just the first one done. And let's just talk about this boss real quick. Oscillate. This first one doesn't make a difference. A Fury Buff, you can't do anything about that. Oscillate. It's annoying. Definitely very annoying. But there's not much you can do about that in terms of champions. Now, Fury, armor up, health, can't do anything about that. Defender's healing abilities can't be reversed. So, for people who genuinely just don't know what this is, I mean, I kind of explained it, but if you don't know, it just means that you can't reverse his healing. You can block it out, you can just heal block him, but you can't reverse it. So someone like Void or Human Torch will not be able to reverse it. And that's something some people don't get, so I just like to put that out there. Who I would suggest to use? I mean, I used Hyperion for this fight. Blade did not work out for me. Some people just parried, bled him to death. I saw the little cheese method, but man, that's just not for me. What I did, I mean, I pretty much only had Hyperion and Blade at this time as like rank 5s. So what I did was I used to just spam SP1s with Hyperion, and that used to cut out the healing. Obviously, there's way more champions out there that can handle this guy. For example, if I look to my roster right now, this might take a while. For example, right, you need someone that can either shut out healing or just out damage him. But although I don't recommend out damaging, because obviously he'll regen up. This guy's actually a really hard boss, come to think of it. But like, if you have Despair, Sunspot can just block it out. If you have a Sunspot, not a lot of people do. If you're at that stage, it's okay. Someone like Iron Man Infinity War even can heal block him. And actually, I'd say Iron Man Infinity is a really good option, and I'll tell you why. Because what I noticed the most in that fight, it's not hard, but the only issue is the block damage, because you're scared to dash back twice. So you're forced into blocking his SP1, and that thing does a lot of block damage. So what you ideally want is someone who can power drain, so you don't have to take the SP1, or someone who can just block out the healing and can get this guy down before you die to block damage. That's just my advice for the first quest. Now, I'm not going to go this slowly, because what I realized is that we're going way too slowly. That's not the quest we want. Yeah, it is. Never mind. I'm stupid. Alright, I'm not going to go into details this time. I'm just going to go over the global node. I've already established that you should go over all the nodes. But, yeah. I'm just going to talk about the global nodes and the bosses. Global node. Special delivery. Attacker begins a fight with 15 combo charges. You guys can read. I'm not exactly gonna kill myself trying to do this. But yeah, essentially what it's saying is, build up. You actually get a big damage increase if you think about it, because if you're taking your time against someone like, I don't know, Sentinel, you'll build up those cruelties and you'll start to do damage. So I would say this is actually a really good node, but if you get hit, these cruelties are going to go away, and they're going to do a bunch of damage. So I guess it's just more of a skill thing. And special delivery, it just pretty much means use special attacks. Like, don't use someone like, who's, I don't know, just don't, I don't know, man. Don't use someone who, like, relies on, like, SP2s or something with no power gain. I don't know. Don't use people that need like SP3s, SP2s to rank. For example, Doctor Doom. Let's go with Doctor Doom, right? 15 hits. You need to use a special attack in those 15 hits. And I don't think you're going to get up to an SP3, which is Doctor Doom's thing. You want to get up to an SP3 first, because you'll start to degen. So obviously, you got to use someone like, I don't know, Venom, who doesn't have to rely on special attacks. You know, that sort of thing. In terms of the minis, well, I'm just going to go over Sentinel, because he was pretty much a boss, because he was actually challenging at the time. Looking at it now, he's not as bad. Biohazard and Arc Overload. So, Ghost, definitely a good option. In terms of Biohazard, you can literally just do one hit, back up, one hit, back up. You're going to get a bunch of Furies on you. Easy game, easy life, right? Arc Overload 2.0, not too much of a problem. Yeah, come to think of it, he's not that bad. Just bring in a bleed immune and poison immune, but that should be obvious to you guys. There's not many cosmic champions with class advantage. Actually, I take that back. Again, I'm very stupid. I just thought of Corvus Glaive. Corvus Glaive will just blaze through this. If you have a Corvus, yeah, go for it, man. In terms of this boss, it's definitely hard to solo, man. It's definitely hard to solo. You can do it with Quake, but you're gonna have to like evade parry rather than evade dex, because you're gonna trigger a spite, and that's not gonna be good for anyone. EMP mod, that's also not good. You're gonna get a bunch of shocks. My advice would be just bring in like a full-on attack team for this quest and just try and do as much damage as you physically can before you die of shock damage. Someone like Cat Marvel movie, Corvus, who can just do as much damage as they physically can before they die. I suggest do that. Yeah, I'm not going through this very well. I might have to just skip part 2, 3, and 4 for the next couple of chapters, because I don't think I'm explaining that well. Like, this is more like a test, because obviously people aren't going to be stuck on 6.1, but it's just kind of like a test to see if you want to watch more to get advice on 6.4 and 6.3 if you're having struggles. Anyway, okay, long distance relationship, it's pretty obvious what you have to do. Just if you have here's one thing, if you have willpower, I don't know what's wrong with me. You can use this to your advantage. You can just try and stay close. You can heal, and then when you want to, just drop them off and do the damage you need. All right, but you can heal from this, so don't underestimate the heal, man. Because yeah, it'll definitely help you. It'll just definitely help you. And if you're going for exploration, I'm just gonna go through counters for this path right here, because I remember this being pretty hard, pretty bloody hard. This is a straight ghost. I don't think there's much. I don't think there's much counters. When I was exploring this, man, I don't even have ghost at the time. I just completely, I lucked out. I made him switch phase. It's not easy, man. It's not easy without a ghost. I can't think of many counters off the top of my head. Yeah, man. My advice is just use a ghost for that one, or just do what I did. Switch into his non-evade stance, him into his block. Okay, some people may not know how to switch his stance. What you want to do is you want him to back off, hold block. You want to make him hold block for as long as you physically can, so attack into him while he's holding block. That will make the fight a lot easier if you switch the stance. That way, you just have to fight him stun immune. Without it, you're literally just taking a gamble. He's gonna evade like every second hit. It's gonna be dodgy, man. It's gonna be dodgy. It's not easy. It's not easy. In terms of this one, you could use a few champs. You could use Ghost, Omega Red. There's a few champions, or you could just use any like bleed immune for Caltrops. But you just gotta watch out, because Korg is just genuinely a hard defender. War Machine, there's not much on this guy. Yeah. Omega Red, obviously, there's just that simple thing that you don't want to come close to him too much, or you'll degen. That's pretty obvious at this point. And yeah, just bring in someone who's immune to bleed, someone like Sentinel. So yeah. And in terms of this boss, Limber. Yeah, this boss isn't too hard. I remember this boss being quite easy. The only thing is about Limber, it's just, yeah, you won't have infinite parries, which is, it's annoying. Definitely manageable though. I have a feeling if you can get past that path that I just explained, you can definitely get past that boss. Next one. I wonder how long this video is going to be. I don't know, but yeah, let's just go over this global. What's the global over here? Close encounters. Alright, I remember this one, it didn't kill me, but it chipped away at my health, and it did cost a few potions. It's not nice. Unless you're running somebody like Omega Red, which not a lot of people run at 6.1 stage. Unless you're running someone like Omega Red and you're intentionally trying to stay close to keep your spores up, it's not very nice, no, man. It'll chip away at your health slowly but surely. It's not too nice, man. It's not too nice. And as we go on in like 6.3, 6.4, I want us to like zoom in on these specific fights, which means I'll probably have to go like one video per quest. But in terms of this, it's pretty simple. It's just like stun immune nodes. There's not much in 6.1. But yeah, just the global, it's annoying, man. Counters to it, I would say use someone like Magic, because you're always staying close to the defender. They're pinned against the wall, and just stay close to them. Magic, her playstyle is just naturally staying close anyway. Or you can use someone like Ghost with the Hood synergy. That means even if you're far away and you're phasing, you won't take any of that degen damage. But there's not a lot of counters for this one. So I say just try and play aggressive, but don't play too aggressive. That's the thing I realized. If you play too aggressive, then you'll get caught out. And you don't want to get caught out. But overall, this quest isn't that bad. I mean, obviously there's a few pain fights like MODOK, for example, with Limber. I'm an Affinity War with Limber. Killmonger's never nice, and he'll just heal. That's just, yeah, Cable isn't, well, I mean, Cable isn't that bad. But yeah, and this guy just isn't that hard. The only issue is dulled. It'll just make the fight a lot slower. You won't crit a lot. But yeah, you can just pretty much kill him with anyone. Whether it's, I don't know, Human Torch is good, Thing's good, Ghost is good. You can kill him with pretty much anyone. You just gotta play relatively decent and stay aggressive, because that degen is not nice, boys. Anyway, we're getting to the end here. It's got 2 more quests, and I'll probably get logged out here. Oh my god. But yeah, I meant, while we're here, I meant to upload a video like a few days ago off an Alliance War, and I didn't want to make it just on strict gameplay. I want to make some background music as well, just so that you guys can just vibe in the background watching me slay a few fights. But it's I don't know how to. Like, I've tried, it's really hard. Anyway. None of that, we're already here. Let's go through this. See, I said I wasn't going to talk about fights, but I come to think of it, I remember this quest a lot, man. I remember this. I don't even have to go through it. I don't even have to, like, go through the specific note just to check if I'm correct. I remember this. Dark Spidey has, like, a shock or an incinerate, something like that. Yeah, shock. Alright. There's not many counters to this shock, as you may think. There's not a lot of shock immunes. Who I think I used Emma Frost. She was like my 3rd, 6th or something. I used Emma. She was shock immune. If you don't have Emma, if you don't have someone like Ghost, if you don't have Corvus who's shock immune, who I would say, well, it's not a champion. It's a mastery. Willpower. It'll still chip you down, man. You'll be at like 10% health at the end of the thing. Maybe 11. Like, I don't know. You'll survive. Long story short, you'll survive. You'll survive very low, but you'll survive. Alright? That's one fight that I just think you guys should worry about before you just go in blind. Another one. This Red Hulk is an absolute pain. This poison node already limits who you can bring in. You just need a bleed immune, right? That's what you probably think. You just need a bleed immune, you can take it. You really underestimate this regen. This guy's regening like 5,000 health per second. Not a lot of people can out damage that, especially if you limit them with someone like a poison immune. So what do you do? Who I used? I used She-Hulk. But it took about 5 minutes trying to ramp her up to actually out damage this regen. Obviously not ideal. Who I think can also work, who I don't have at the time? Ghost. Ghost. She'll just out damage it. Just spam SP2s. She'll out damage it, sure. If you don't have Ghost, maybe Sentinel. Try and heal blocker. Him. I said him. Don't know what you're on about. Actually, come to think of it, I actually missed out a key thing. The global node. Power struggle. It means you can't spam special attacks every time they use a special. Actually, no. Let me read over this. Alright, so every time they gain a bar of power, you gain a bar of power. If they use it, you lose it. That sounds sick. I should be like a rap or something. If they lose it, you lose it. Anyway. It's hard. So you can't use Ghost to out damage it because you can't gain any power gain because you're based on their power bar. I probably didn't explain that well, but you know what I mean because we probably already hit up Act 6. But if you're trying to explore it, then yeah, he is definitely going to be a problem for you. I use She-Hulk, but it took ages. I said that already. But I can't think of much other champions. I mean, maybe Sentinel, if you're lucky, if they don't use their special attacks, you can just spam SP1s, maybe get that heal block off. Or maybe just try and out damage it with someone like, I don't know, Star-Lord? Or, no, wait, Gilly. I can think of this now. Guillotine 2099, definitely going to be a great matchup for this one. Come to think of it now. And this Iceman bringing a Cold Snap immune and a Poison. God, these people are hard. Cold Snap and Poison immune. You can't even do the trick that I was saying about, like, just about surviving by the skin of your teeth. Just by willpower. Because you'll also die from his little Cold Snap. Right, so someone like Warlock, I guess, he's Poison immune and Cold Snap immune. If you don't have them, I say you just... What can you do in that scenario? It's so harsh. I went through this fight, but I can't remember it too much. Corvus, I guess, yeah, Corvus. He'll take the poison damage, but he can't die if he's duped. And you won't take the cold snap damage, so... Yeah, I guess. I guess. And it's Crossbones, man. The notorious Crossbones. I'm gonna talk about this thing, apparently. So poison. I guess you just get a poison immune. Someone like Ghost, someone like Sentinel. I use Sentinel for this fight. Wasn't nice. Never again. Omega Red could work. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you only have to worry about poison. That's actually really good. Alright, so you just have to bring a poison immune. And yeah, if you counter a poison node, then the only thing you have to worry about is Vigor. And Vigor isn't much of a problem, I guess. Obviously, it's annoying he'll regen, but slowly but surely, you'll get him down. This guy, trust me, this guy with Biohazard was a completely different fight than he was now. Let me tell you. But just think about it now. You know that quest before? I think it was this one? The ghost one. I just want to quickly establish something. Because for those of you maybe who haven't entered that, like, I'm assuming most of you have. Trust me, I know I'm going over this vaguely, but I'll try and get into specifics when I need to further thing. But I just don't think that these fights are that hard. They're not like packed with nodes. 6.2 definitely is. So if I carry this on, I'll definitely have to do like maybe one quest per video. Just let me know what you think I should do. But anyway, starting you off for 6.2 with all these nodes. So, this path. I'm pretty sure it's just armor break immunity to all of these guys. At this time, Colossus was not immune. Well, obviously he had the node on him, but built in his abilities, he wasn't an armor break immune. He got buffed, so he's armor break immune anyway, so that node is kind of expired. But yeah, man, all these guys are actually super hard if you can't armor break them. See, what I would do, alright, what I would do, you can't armor break them, and obviously you'll need armor breaks to counter them. Someone like Killmonger, you really don't want to take his reverberation damage, and you want to armor break him. But I say you just have to play around him. Like, I don't think there's a way of just, getting rid of that reverberation damage. Someone like Omega Red could work, but at this stage, again, you probably won't have an Omega Red highly ranked and at a very high sig. So I say just hit him once while he's reverberated, back up, and then hit him a bunch of times once it's fallen off. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Colossus, he's going to be a pain. But, yeah, there's not much you can do about that. Maybe like a poison champion. You could poison someone like Dr. Voodoo. Obviously, my boy King Groot. Easy dubs. Someone like, on a serious note though, Dr. Voodoo, you can just poison him. You can nullify all of his arm breaks. You got him. This guy's going to be a problem. Someone like Hyperion though, you can just incinerate him. In fact, incinerate works for a lot of these champions. Because, are they bleed immune? They're not bleed immune. Alright. I take that back. You can't do the tactic for this guy because he'll nullify them with this node. So don't do it for that guy. And obviously he's immune. And Iron Man Infinity War is also kind of immune to bleed, kind of not. But you don't use a bleed and poison guy for him. Just use someone like Hyperion, someone like Captain Marvel movie, even if he's arm break immune. It's just better that way. As for these last three, wait, I take it back. You can incinerate this guy. Human Torch, go for it. Do Human Torch for this fight. Alright. You can bleed and poison these guys. I say you just bring in one counter. Just one counter, just to bleed and poison these guys. Because it's not easy. For first time clearance, I would say you should go down... Oh, gosh. I can't even remember who I went down the first time. This was a really... I think I went down this path. Yeah, I went down this path for the easy. To be honest, there's no easy ones. There's no easy ones. But you're gonna have to do it anyway. I remember this one you just need a power control champion. Simple as that. Need a power control. You can cheese this guy with Blade. If you can just parry. He'll die to Bleeds eventually. If you don't have Blade, you can Quake him. If you don't Quake him, I mean, I guess there's a few other options, but there's not too many. Quake works for all of these fights, well, most of them. Someone like... Who does she not work with? Actually, I take it back, she works with all of these guys. You can Quake them. If you don't have a Quake, someone like Magic would work. Someone like Doctor Doom would work. There's a few counters, man. There's a few counters. In terms of hit, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys are going to have an absolute fun time with this path. There's literally no counter except for Corvus, and half of these guys are Mystics, so you'll have a class disadvantage. Kabam really know how to annoy you. Anyway, Corvus, one person, but it's not going to be ideal because you have a class disadvantage. Thing. I just thought Thing. Thing would be really good, actually, for these guys. If you have Thing, go for it. Good idea if you use Thing. But, I mean, people at this stage don't have, like, these limited rosters. I'm naming 2 people that can counter them. If they don't have these 2 people, they're screwed. I can't lie. I don't even have these champions when I did it. Don't even ask me how I did it. I have no clue. But this is way too hard for someone who's literally just started Act 6. Come on, Kabam. What are you trying to do here? Moving on. Delirium. Now this isn't node. This isn't like a champion thing. This is more of like a how good are you thing. You just have to control the node. You gotta get used to it. It's just simply inverted controls. There's not much you can say about that, can you? Yeah, it's gotta play inverted controls. If I named all of these paths specifically, we'd be here for a while. So I'm just gonna cut it short and go to the boss. This guy's a bit of a pain, let's just say. Fisticuffs, so you can't parry him. Well, you can't parry him anyway. He's got immune. Wow. Fun. Don't parry him. Just gonna get a bunch of block damage. Who I suggest you use? Someone who can incinerate would be nice. Someone like Human Torch. You just block his little beams and then try and incinerate him, because obviously he's bleed immune and poison immune because he's a robot. You can't like kill him with special attacks. Blade Mind. Fisticuffs is just annoying. It's just gonna annoy you for the first 30 seconds of the fight. These things aren't that relevant. But yeah, I say you just incinerate him. I remember I did this fight. To be honest, you can do this fight with anyone, but I've seen it's a lot easier. Like if you use someone like Hyperion who can incinerate. I've seen Nebula do this fight, I believe. You just hold block and then you just like build up them shock charges and then you just do one fat shock ting and then he's dead in the bin. I've seen that. But yeah, he's not a nice boss. The way I did him, I don't have these kind of champions. I use Hyperion sometimes, but at the very first time I just completed Act 6, I was using my rank 4 5-star Sabretooth. I did about 300 or 400 hits on this guy. I killed him, I soloed him, but it genuinely took 400 hits because you don't crit because it's Sentinel. But yeah, I wish I could have gone into detail because that definitely would have helped a lot more than just going over it like that. But obviously, I'm not trying to be here all day. I'm sure you guys don't want to listen to all that. And you probably have not, stayed here for the entire time. You probably skipped a few hours. I don't even know what this video is, 40 minutes, something like that? Half an hour? I hope it's half an hour, because that would actually be really good. But, yeah, if you are still listening right now, just let me know if that was helpful. I'll try and get into more detail as we go on. I'll be one quest per video. Every video will probably be 5 minutes maybe. I was going to go over every single quest specifically for 6.2, 6.3, 6.4. Hopefully that would help you. But just let me know if this vaguely helped you, even a tiny bit. And if I should just continue the series, because I'm not too sure, man. I thought I explained that terribly. But yeah, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.